Don't be content with crap. This is Born Strategist, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about no dedicated servers. Now, the reason why I decided to talk about this is because this is unacceptable, at least in my eyes. Because the thing that really irritates me the most is that you have AAA development companies, such as Bungie, or any other game you could think of that has a huge amount of fucking budget to work with, and they create these AAA games that don't have any dedicated servers, and they rely heavily on peer-to-peer hosting. My question is, why? Okay? And I'm going to answer it right now. The reason for that is because it costs money. But you would think, especially with a game like Destiny, that you get more than the amount of money that you put into your dedicated servers in return. Because you have the base game itself, including even the collector's editions or the limited editions or whatever type of fucking digital deluxe editions they have. But also you have to consider, expansion passes, and then, people that buy the expansions separately. You pay the additional $5. And that really fucking pisses me off, because the thing is that you're getting all this money in return, but yet you're not giving anything back to the consumers. Why? Because you are greedy. And look, I get it. Games are very expensive and they cost more money to make, more so than ever. But nonetheless, that's no excuse, especially when you're charging your community, especially your loyal fans, so much money, especially if they bought the game on day one. Okay? You're talking about, $60 American for the initial purchase, and that's just for the standard edition copy, and that's not even including the $120 collector's edition copy or wherever it was. It's probably more than that. And then all the upcoming DLC that you plan on releasing with the game, which, by the way, doesn't even have that much content. As a matter of fact, the one thing that Bungie continuously does that really irritates me, dating back all the way to the original Halo 1, is that they reutilize assets. Why is that acceptable? Why? It's not. Don't be content with crap. Okay? And the reason why I'm doing this commentary is to let you people know that you don't have to be content with crap. Okay? You don't have to put up with this bullshit. Because anytime you go into a Crucible match and you get fucked as a result of someone else's connection, whether it be, because they have a crappy connection, or whether it be because you just have a poor connection because you're connecting to a host that's a lot further away than, you are. Okay? Because that signal has to travel. And the longer it has to travel, the crappier your connection is going to be. And you shouldn't have to tolerate that type of stuff, especially if you're playing like a Trials of Osiris match, or maybe like an Iron Banner match. Now, granted, I'll give them a little bit of credit. They are, trying to make sure that people that do compete in the Trials of Osiris at least kind of get a good connection. The reason why I say that is because if you're like in Texas and you're, trying to find a match in the Trials of Osiris, more than likely it's going to connect you with somebody else or another fire team in Texas. Now, if you can't find one in Texas, then it'll try going to, somewhere else, another state that's closer. And that's good enough, but the problem is that what happens if you can't find a match within your state or within your region? Then what are you going to do? You're just going to sit there twiddling your thumbs, or are you going to wait until you get a match with somebody else in maybe like Canada or the UK, or, vice versa? If you're in the UK and you're trying to get a connection to someone in the States, it's going to be a bad experience for you, okay? It's probably just going to be a bad experience all around, because let's face it, without dedicated servers, you're going to have host issues, and one team is going to have a host advantage, and as a result, you're going to get screwed. And that's another thing. Stop and ask yourself this question. What do your statistics mean? If you're a person that's like really, really concerned about your kill-death ratio, don't be, because you're going to get fucked one way or another, and it's just completely unfucking acceptable. Especially in 2015. 2015 and AAA titles such as this don't have dedicated servers. Guess what? Your stats are wrong. The reason why they're wrong is because you know just as well as I do that when you go into a competitive Crucible match and you get killed repeatedly over and over and over and over again, despite the fact that you probably meleeed one particular guy probably about 4 or 5 times, and yet they're still not dying. The reason for that is because there's a connection issue, and as a result, you're getting fucked out of it, or maybe your opponent's getting fucked out of it. That is not acceptable, especially in 2015. It's fucking ridiculous. Nonetheless, what's your thoughts? What's your opinions? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you want dedicated servers? And if you don't, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I want dedicated servers, so I hope you do too. With that said, thanks for watching. And for more objective reviews, strategy guides, commentaries, and more, stay tuned to this channel.